Welcome to Mike Fitzgerald's Baseball Highlights 2045. Hey everybody, it's the Welcome Mat, and I am so stoked to be back with you guys. I am graduating with my master's degree this weekend, and so the wife is gone helping a friend get home, giving them a ride from work. The kids are down for bed, and so I figured why not play a quick game versus the AI of Baseball Highlights 2045. We are going very hard mode. I have actually already played one game, and I had some technical difficulties with the camera, but I am not going to restart. So, sorry guys, you missed out on game one. Next time, I promise to give you a full run-through and maybe explain the rules a little bit better. But I'm just going to be kind of explaining things as I go along if you've never seen this game before, so you can get a feel for it. Now, for those of you that are aware, I did play this very hard, so I started out with no players that I bought into my deck. I have played very hard many times before on the app, and I would say I probably beat it about 25 to 33% of the time versus very hard. That means you still lose most of the time versus very hard, and it's very luck driven based on the cards that they get and when they draw them. And the fun thing though about playing the AI in this game is that every time you play it, it's a random set of 15 cards from these decks, and you always start with your base team, so you know exactly what's going to be in your hand, but you know exactly in your team, but you do not know anything about what's in their team, except you know that whatever cards are put out before you are not in their deck. That's pretty much it. Whatever expansions you're playing with, obviously. So a lot of the cool thing about the AI in this game is you adjust your strategy as you go, learning what cards they have based on what your team needs. And I find you're constantly trying to find the balance between gaining defensive players and offensive players, or guys that do both. So without further ado, let's jump right in to game 2. And this is my starting hand. The two guys that I drafted last time, I had 9 at the end. So, got these guys. Sorry about the glare. I'm going to try to avoid that when possible. But the light's directly above me, and I can't really change it, or the lighting's going to be terrible. So, when you're playing the AI in this game, you always are the visiting team, which means you go first. And so, I'm going to start by playing a average single. Just get my baby stuff out of the way. That was in his dugout from last game. Cancel all hits if you've already played 2 cyborgs. I have not. He has not, so my single's going to happen, and he threatens a triple. When you play a card in this game, you either have an offensive or a defensive ability. Defensive abilities have a red D. Offensive abilities, as you can see here, have a green O. And those happen automatically when you play the card. The threatened hit does not happen until after your opponent plays their next card. So in this case, this triple doesn't happen yet. It's not until after I play. Which I'm actually going to allow because I want to take advantage of the fact that I have a quick eye, which is a single versus a cyborg. So that automatically happens. So I automatically get a single because he's a cyborg. And now his triple is going to happen. And I am going to be threatening a slow home run. And he's going to play... Oh, he's got the Magna Glove. That's a beast. Cancel 2 hits. And he threatens it. Average double. So he's canceled. He would have canceled 2 hits. I only have 1. He cancels it. So he canceled my home run. Bah humbug. I am going to... Will I let him take the lead? You know what? I think I will, because I need to play these 2 slow singles at some point. So his double happens, his average double, to score him. He's up 1-0. Now he's going to play a card. Cancel all hits versus any player if base runner on second or third. Ouch. He has a guy on second, so he canceled both of my hits. That's terrible. And he threatens an average home run. Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'm going to get rid of one of them. Remove up to 2 base runners, no fast. So I'm going to remove this guy, and then his home run is going to happen. And that's going to score him his second run. While I threaten a average single. You can see that. And he's going to play Yo Nomo. Oh, this guy has caused me so many trouble in so many games. So much trouble. So he's going to cancel that, because if you reduce all hits by 1 base and it's just a single, that is essentially canceling the hit. And he's threatening a triple. Alright, I'm going big. I need my home run. He's going to get that triple. I'm threatening my average home run. Please don't cancel it. Oh, good. Dave Trout is just a triple. So my home run happens. So all these 3 guys are going to score. Woohoo! So it's going to be a 3-2 game. I have a 1-run lead. He is threatening the tying run. And my last guy, I could pinch hit him. Yeah, I'm just going to play him. Remove all base runners. So he only had 1 base runner, but he threatens a triple. And I threaten just a little single. I'm just hoping that he doesn't have like a home run here. I guess I'm content with it going to extra innings. We'll find out. Cancel all hits versus a cyborg. Now, I had played a cyborg, so he canceled my hit. And he's threatening a single, which would send it into extra innings. So now I get to play what's called a visitor save. Now, visitor save, you draw either a card that you placed on deck. When you first have your 6-card hand that's drawn at the beginning of a mini game, you either can place one of those cards on your deck or keep them all in your hand. If you place like 1 card on your deck, it can be any card. You're going to draw the next card on top of your pile. Now, I've seen people say that you should always do this, and I actually will disagree, because there are certain circumstances where you will have a really good hand, and you will not want to risk drawing that slow single, because if you draw that slow single, it goes into your hand, and a lot of slow singles that go to the minor leagues don't have pinch hit ability, which means that you're stuck playing it. And so I would strongly disagree with you guys. I've played this game many times where most of the time I use pinch hit, but sometimes I don't, because I get a great hand and I don't want to risk getting one of my less stellar cards into my hand, and I'm willing to make sure that I play all the good stuff. And if I'm the visiting team, take that risk with the visitor save. So yeah, I would say it's probably riskier as the visitor team to not do it than the home team, because as the visitor team you generally want to have that defensive card. So anyways, I'm going to play my visitor save, which is going to be a luck draw. Let's see what I got. And it was a slow single. And when you play visitor save, all that matters is if you have a defensive ability. I do not, so his slow single happens, which sends us into overtime. And in overtime, normally each player gets 3 cards. Since this is the AI, he's just going to play the top card of his deck. So this is what I was dealt. A glove, cancel 1 hit, a glove, cancel 1 hit, plus a single, and a double. Now, I have no one on base. He's got 1. Okay. I'm going to play my cancel 1 hit. Now what happens here is you each simultaneously play your cards, and First, you see what bases go down. So he's threatening a average double. I'm threatening an average single. We both have glove cancel one hit as our ability. So we actually just cancel each other's hits and our cards do nothing. So now we move on to the next one. I'm going to play... You know what? Okay, guys, sorry. I'm going to shuffle my deck real quick here. This is like Rado runs through when Rado Rado puts his camera down and then he does like this little ditty. Trying to keep you interested. So all these cards are still in play. So I'm shuffling my dugout because I could pinch it from my dugout or from the top of my deck. And in this case, I'm actually going to risk it and do that. So I am pinch hitting a double single, which I may regret here. Oh my goodness. He would have torn me up either way. Barry Sosa with the double home run. So I'm not even going to do this, guys. He's going to score 3 runs here, and he's going to take the win at 6-3. So he just went up 2-0 on me. Ugh. This AI, like, you'll have him so close on a rope. And then he just pulls it out. Ugh. So, cool thing for me, though, is... So, that gets discarded. Cool thing, though, is I get all this extra income, which was only 1. But that's okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I can't believe all those cards I only got 8, because 2 of them were zeros. Ugh, okay, sorry. Let me bring you back so you can see what's going on here. So, what do I need? What do I need? You know, Sandy Gibson's looking pretty good because he's got 2 really good naturals. And I've got 1 card that cancels all hit versus naturals, but he also threatens a home run. But Sci-Pi gets me an automatic double and a single, which, if it happens, is an automatic run on your first play. I'm going to take Sandy. The home run would be nice, too. And spin cycle. Interesting. Okay. And I need to send one of these guys to the minors. I'm just going to send the average single. He goes into my next hand. 5 cards, which is exactly what I had left. So you guys can see what I have. And I'm actually going to go ahead while I'm doing this. Normally you wait to shuffle until you need more cards, but the AI only has 1 card left in his deck. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle for him just for the sake of once we get this game going. I don't have to do it again in front of you guys. Now, cool thing about this game you'll notice is your deck is always 15 cards. And another cool thing is as soon as you buy a new card between games, he always goes right into your hand, which is so satisfying. I mean, when I play other deck builders and your cards go into your discard pile and you don't get them for like another 2, 3, 4 turns sometimes, man, it's just sad. It doesn't make you feel empowered. And this game, oh, I love it. And you could even like take the guy you just got and put him on deck to throw off your opponent because they may be like, oh, I bet he's about to use that really nice card. Well, let me pull out something to counter. And you're like, oh, no, I'm going to save him on deck. And then you don't have to play your on-deck cards. So you could even save him until the next game. So, there's just... I could go on. And I will eventually when I do an actual review for this game about how awesome this game is. But I'm going to kick things off with a average single. He is going to counter with... This is the only card I did not know yet. Robot, and he does not have any cards to advance, but he has 2 fast. My single happens, and you'll notice I got 2 of my cancel all hits versus a natural. Oh, and you know what? Oh, I completely forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I need to shuffle my deck now because I have no one in my lineup. I completely forgot to put someone on deck. which I feel dumb now because I would definitely put my walk change all hits to walks card on deck. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, let's try to get this triple hit out of the way. So he's going to hit single. The other single comes in. Goes to third. I am threatening average triple. He plays. Ugh. Dadgum Unoma. Now, in this case, I still get my hit, and it's going to be a double, but it's going to keep him from scoring. Because the average runner only scores if he was on second, and then it happens. But he was on first. So, that's going to happen. He's threatening his average triple. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my quick eye. Single versus a cyborg. And the cool thing is, both of these guys are going to score. Because, you know, if the runner's on second and there's a single, he scores. So, those automatically score. My double. Now, I am going to give up 2 runs to accomplish that. But, you got to take advantage of those abilities when you have it. Especially early. I feel like playing against the AI, you really, the harder it is especially, you really got to try to get out as many pieces as you can to score runs. Because he will suck them up. He will suck them up. Cancel all hits if you already played 2 cyborgs. He's only played 1. These cards only means 2, like if you've already played 2, so it doesn't count the guy that you're playing. So because of that, he is going to threaten his triple, but my double is going to happen, which will send him to third. And is it worth it to go for his home run, even though I would like to cancel all hits versus a natural? I think I'm going to wait it, and I'm going to pinch hit my cyborg. Oh, and that was actually really awesome because I got another quick eye, single versus a cyborg, which is going to bring a runner home. Oh, that's really good, and I threatened a home run. Now, going back to him, his triple happened, and it's 1-3. And I'm looking pretty good right now, but I don't want to get cocky. Cancel 1 hit. And that's why, because look at that. He's threatening 3 runs now. Where I was about to take the lead, now he's threatening it. And this is where I am glad I got my cancel all hits versus a natural. Ha ha ha! Bye-bye, Mickey Maris. Oh, and just another thing, great thing about this game, they mix and match characters' names from real history. Mickey Mantle, and of course Roger Maris. I think it's Roger Maris, right? 2 of the greats. So, I canceled all hits, and I threatened an average single. He fires back with Barry Sosa, and you've got to be kidding me. This is awesome for me, because I had both of his heavy hitter naturals in the same thing, and I had both of my canceled naturals. Oh, well, first my single needed to happen, which is going to score me another run. So it's 4-1 now, and even though he is threatening the tie, I just canceled it. So those guys go away, and now I threaten. I threaten a home run. Advance all average base runners 1 base. That's actually going to score him. And that is 2 fast singles. And my home run just happened to score me 3 runs. And I do not need to play visitor safe because I've got the win in the bag. Because those aren't even going to score. So I'm coming back, baby. Down 2-1. And if you guys would be so kind, you know what, I'm just going to do it this way. So we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Pretty good hand, 9 points. What can we get? What can we get? I actually could get 2 cards here. I'm definitely going to be getting rid of my average single here. I'm really struggling with whether I should get defense or offense. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I'm forgetting what he's got in his deck. Change all hits to walks. That could also be pretty good, because even if I don't have my natural thing, I can at least move them. You know what? That actually sounds like a good idea. I'm going to take Nolan Gooden. And I got 4 more points. So the only thing I can afford is Spin Cycle. Should I take Spin Cycle? I'm going to take him because he has the pinch hit ability. And that advance could be good. So even though I'm going to get rid of my triple. Normally I wouldn't do that. But it could pay off. And if he's not that good for me, then I can always pinch hit it. Okay, so these guys come out. I need to draw 4 more. We are in Game 4 of the World Series. Double play, single, glove hit, spin cycle, Nolan Gooden, and veteran home run. Well, probably best to start off with just the... Oh, sorry. 2 slow singles. He's going to play, cancel 1 hit with Boog Banks, and threaten a... Whoops. Average double. That's important. Cancel 1 of my hits. 1 of my singles is going to go. That would be crazy. Why would I do my home run now? Let's do it. This makes no sense. Maybe it does. I guess I'm trying to get the most out of my defensive abilities here. Because I feel like an average double's not that big a deal with what he has. 2 walks versus a cyborg. He was a natural. So my home run is going to happen. Woohoo! So I scored 2 runs. He threatens 2 singles, which would score him a run. I'm going to... I'm going to pinch it, spin cycle. That's kind of mediocre. So he scores 1 run, and then he gets 2 bases on. So it's 2-1 right now. And I'm threatening my slow double. Homer Zimmerman. Home run, bases loaded. Ugh. So glad you don't have those bases loaded. So nothing happens. So my double happens. And then I am going to remove 2 base runners. They're not fast. And threaten a average double. He is going to play Dave Trout and threaten a triple average. My single happens. Now because you're slow, he does not score because slow runners only go the amount of bases that they're supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that hit. So his triple is canceled. Threatening my single, Magna Glove, cancel 2 hits. So that's a bummer. And why did I not pitch hit again? Or put someone on deck? I don't know why. I guess maybe playing with the camera I'm not focused 100%. So it's a 1-point game. Changing that hit to the walk isn't really going to do much, but this would bring home a potential run. I'm going to pinch hit. Cancel 1 hit. So that's canceled. And now this is going to be his last card. Sinker ball. Cancel hits if base runner on second or third. There are no runners. However, she is going to threaten, or he. She or he. Well, in this case, Madison is a female. Madison is threatening a tying home run. So I'm going to pinch again. I'm playing risky just to try to help my odds. Well, obviously try to win this thing. And that's just a double single. So home run happens and we are back to extra innings. And give me guys give me a second here because I've got to shuffle my dugout to get 3 cards. The longest I've ever had a game go in innings is I have played 8 cards, which means we've gone through 2 hands of 3 cards, and then on the second card of the 3rd hand, the game ended. It was pretty epic. I ended up losing that game, but man, I didn't really care just because I was like, I cannot believe this. That was on the app actually. I was playing against the AI, of all things, on the AI mode, not on the versus the intelligent player where you both get an even amount of deck. Your deck is this, it's normal. It's like a normal game versus a human, except it's controlled by the computer. It's not like the AI system in the board game actual version. Anyways, here we go. Here are my 3. That was the one that was on top, and ooh, nice. I got Sandy Gibson back. Now the good thing for me is I have 2 guys on base, which that carries over into extra innings, as does any abilities that you may have played if you have any like cards from the rally decks, which may give you additional hits and stuff. All that carries over. He has no one on base, so I have a good advantage here. So I'm going to play Sandy Gibson. He is going to play CC Clemens. Cancel all hits versus a natural. Sandy Gibson's not natural, so my home run's going to happen. He's only going to threaten a triple, so I am going to score 3 runs and win the game to tie this thing up 2 apiece, which I'm looking really good right now with that. These 2 guys get discarded to my dugout, and sorry guys, let me count this real quick. 2, 4. And despite the fact that I played all those cards, my cards were worth daily squat. Because I only got 3, 4, 6 points out of all that. So I got 6 points out of all these. So with 6 points, I think Speedbot actually looks pretty good here. Let's see who we could get rid of.